As you can see, this environment is our smart converter that we in this smart converter by moving multiple processes. Taking into account the principles governing all programming languages in a correct and precise way, trying to get a very operational result, and we are absolutely right. In this converter, we also change programming languages to each other's sources in the direction of changes related to databases such as SQL, Oracle, non-SQL, MySQL. All storage processes modify changes that need to be made on databases. We change it in the source. And in addition, we can change the databases from normal banks to SQL, non-SQL, MySQL, Oracle, and we can connect all databases to each other. Convert. This is an example of the program Maroof Ali from India. This is under the sickle that you are looking at. All the main menu items are clearly defined. And these pages are its information entry screen builders provided for data entry in the DOS environment. The same program of India, Mr. Maroof Ali. This is the logo of his YouTube site, which I used as a logo to represent Transprint, and this is the initial pages that have been converted to Windows. Some parts of it are OOP and some parts are non-OOP, and in general, the result of these data entry pages, the reason for what is happening is that the correctness of entering information is displayed without any problems. And the reason why this has been done is to be able to use this converter for a complete application and include all processes, data entry, reports and other things inside the program, to be exhibited and presented, which we present in this part of the reports that have arisen in Windows and indicators added in Windows. The features added in this program should be displayed in this section. The reports are displayed when sensitive information is reported, and after viewing, it displays the possibility of creating the same report to PDF, and viewing it, of course, in this preview. It will be possible to see a very high-resolution report. And you can have the report on the printer connected to the output device at the same time. In full, of course. This is an example of program reports which will be displayed in the next part of another report from another part of the program you are watching, which is not just a special report, rather. All the reports of this program have been converted, and these facilities are placed on all reports. It is integrated in the whole program, not only a specific part, but in the main part of the program parametrically. All these changes are placed that the programmer can include any necessary changes. This program is under DOS. Mr. Chen from Taiwan, which was username and password, and data entry was username and password. Then here was the main menu of the program and submenus and subcategories. And this is Mr. Chen's program converted to Windows, and it is Visual Fox and Windows. This is the first page and this is the main page. These are also submenus or subsets according to the reports that exist or data entries or input and report pages that exist. It is included, and these effects that you see are created on the program in Windows. As you can see, Mr. Chen's program from Taiwan has been converted to SQL. And its database has been converted to SQL, and the source of the program has been changed accordingly. There is no DBF file here. All the DBF tables have been transferred to the SQL database on the same computer. It has been completely created and migrated, even with indexes to the SQL database, that after the program is actually executed, the first thing that happens is the program's converted from DOS to Windows and the SQL database. That this whole connection is established, and all information tables are indexed quickly. After the index is finished, the program runs without any errors. And this is the main page of the program, which is the main theme of the program itself, which can be changed with parameters in the main program. Now we have the data from the SQL database. We read and write and change, and whatever is happening here is happening. It occurs after connecting to the database. And every record you see is done after connecting to the database. Every topic here uses a SQL database, and there is no DBF file in the root of the application, and all the information has been completely transferred to the database. This is to compare the two sources that exist. For example, the source that is on drive D, which is actually the source under our DOS. I open, for example. There are many commands in this source, including doing different procedures, but here is a say. For example, to print something on a part of the page which in DOS was usually 25 by 80, and it was called say with a special format. Now I will convert the same command and open it from the C drive for you. As you can see, the converter analyzes this line with all the details such as length and width and the order itself, and what format it is. And if it has color and specifications, it checks everything. And it comes and creates its object here and turns it into an OOP, and the label made it because it was say who made the label here. And if there is a command with input in, it has taken place here. Text box creates it or its special format, and as you can see, the dimensions of the sickle were length and width here. Left and top have been created on this object and assigned its characteristics to it and defined its format for it, and the same command that was one line here, according to the converter analysis. It may create many lines for it. Now, this order, which was like this in DAS, has become here that he has given it the length, width, height and necessary characteristics and has created it. It takes all the commands in the same way and creates an object for them and delivers it. The same method is done for C#, that is, it analyzes each command and symbol, and for them. According to the loops, the source command becomes the target command loops. And everything that is similar is created. And if there is no similar, it simulates it. That is, a command line in the source programming language may be converted into a file or several files in the destination programming language. The stronger the analysis of the source language is done, according to the entered patterns, the stronger its output can be. In order to present the example that I told you, which has progressed by 60 to 70% from Fox Pro DOS to C#, and I am in the process of development, I will show you that I created a branch called C# test, from drive D as the source drive to drive C, which is our destination drive, which is always the final drive and the destination that I am showing you now. For example, look, I will open the main file named lc.prg from the C# _test branch on the D drive. This is the main file under our DOS. That you can see these code pages that are displayed like this because they are DOS code pages. And now I will open the same file from the converted C drive and we will measure together C. First of all these parameters that are defined in C#. The variables that are defined in the normal mode in Fox Pro DOS was only the command itself, but I came here and put var for all the variable definitions and changed the variables accordingly. And a series of places such as do-while loops and do-whiles that exist, or the colors that should be matched, and I created the desired ring. I said that I have progressed about 60 to 70% in your service. This means that it has not yet been completely delivered in C#, between 90 and 95% similar to Fox Pro DOS to Visual Fox Windows. That is, there are still a series of commands and symbols that I have to change to complete the issue in DOS. The commands of variables are like this, or where the colors were defined, that I had used the console command to define the colors. Seth Kaler is alone here. Do-while, which you see has been converted. We also saw it in C#. This is an example of the task given to the converter from one language to another programming language, which is not yet complete, and I am developing it, and each of these languages has a lot of work to do.